Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy, Khoi. How you all doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I just want to make this video not to bash anyone out there. I'm not attacking anyone. If you're gay, you're lesbian, you're transgender, you're intersex, I respect you and I will support you wholeheartedly. We are all in this together. I'm not making this video to create division between us all. We are all, as weird as it may sound, we are all brothers and sisters. We are all connected in some way. I see everyone as an extension of my own being, and with that I want to say that I love you all. There's no division, as in, I know that there are differences and I respect that. There has to be differences in this world. I'm not denying that gay people, transgender people, lesbian people, straight people, they operate differently, they think differently, and I might not agree with you guys, but I respect that differences. Yeah, that's all I want to say. And to the topic of today's video, why am I straight? I want to take you back to my childhood and what I think to be the contributing factor to who I am today. And I know that everybody out there will have a slightly different story. They might have a different upbringing, they might be around different people, and that's how they become who they are today. Believe it or not, your environment shapes you into who you are today more than you might think it does. People think that you are born with a set of intrinsic characteristics that make them who they are, and this will be static. They will always be like this throughout their life, and this is simply not true. I think that your intrinsic factors, the stuff that you were born with, coupled with your environment, shapes who you are today. And your environment plays a very big part in this. Okay, let's take you back to my childhood. When I was a tiny little boy, my nickname was Princess. When I was little, I was very temperamental. I was very emotional. And my uncles and my aunties used to call me Princess because why? I cried a lot. When something doesn't go my way, I would throw a tantrum. I would cry. I remember this one time when my uncles and my dad were drinking beer at the table. I went up to them and I asked for a drink. And they all said, no, you're too young, you can't drink. And that upset me a lot, and I cried. And everybody thought it was funny. And there was even a photo of me crying when begging for that cup of beer when my uncles were drinking. Someone snapped that photo, and now it's in the family album. Yeah. And from that point on, my identity was that of a crybaby. Fast forward to when I was about in primary school, I think it was grade 1 or grade 2, I brought this chessboard into class. And I wasn't really a good chess player back then. I just sort of like the idea of owning a chessboard. I don't know why, but I like to bring the stuff that my parents bought for me to class to show off to everybody. And during recess, I played a chess game with one of my friends, and when we tried to assemble the pieces on the board, I noticed that there were a few missing. And my friends, they all suggested that we use a piece of rubber or a pencil sharpener to make up for the lost pieces. But I was adamant that we need to find the missing pieces. And we spent the whole recess looking for those pieces, and I couldn't find them anywhere. And that got me really upset. And I cried. I actually cried and went to the principal to ask him if he has seen my chess pieces anywhere. And he was laughing his head off. He was laughing at how hysterical this child was being. And from then on, everybody at my primary school knew me as that princess kid. I was very effeminate when I was a kid, I have to admit. And even up to this day, I have a lot of feminine traits. I'm very close with my mom. I like cooking. I am very introverted. I am very emotional. I feel emotions very strongly, and I like to express my emotions to the people around me. The people who are close to me, they know me as a very melancholic person. Let's put it that way. And even though I was a very feminine person, somehow I am attracted to feminine people, aka, what are the most feminine people in this world? Women. Women tend to have a lot of feminine traits, and I am attracted to that. And I guess why I am straight is because growing up, people were making fun of me. My parents, my family, they called me princess. They called me names. They made fun of me. My friends, they laughed at me when I was crying, when I was looking for my chess pieces. And fast forward to when I was an adolescent, when I turned around 15, 16, all the way up to 20, I was experimenting a little bit. Let's just say that I went on Omegle and I was using dating apps, and I tried to explore my sexuality. I'm not proud to say this, but I have downloaded Grindr and also changed my Tinder profile to gay mode sometimes in order to see how it feels to be on the other side of the spectrum, being a gay man. And yeah, I have to say that when I was being a gay man, I got a lot of attention, I got a lot of compliments, and that gave me a huge dopamine boost. So I was bisexual for a while. I never really got to that point where I was doing stuff with a guy, but that fleeting sensation of feeling good about myself only lasted for a short while, because deep within me I was still attracted to the ultimate feminine woman. And I could not get attracted to guys, real talk. That's just how I was made to be, I guess. And when I tried to get in a relationship with some of the girls that I've talked in the past about, I got rejected because of my high levels of femininity. I was very emotional. I was very open. Even the fact that I have this YouTube channel where I am openly telling the world how I feel makes me a very feminine man. I'm not denying it. I have feminine traits, a lot of feminine traits. That's just who I am. But I found out that when I express this to the girls, the women in my life, I get rejected because most heterosexual women prefer a strong, dominant, masculine man. And so I am forced to adapt a little bit. I'm forced to be a little bit more stoic. I was forced to be a little bit more masculine. I was forced to be a little bit authoritative. I speak with more conviction, and I try to lead. I try to inspire. I try to have a purpose, a goal that I work towards, and I try to progress. That's what it means to be masculine. And yeah, because of these trials and tribulations, because I was rejected, I guess that's why I am still straight today. Because society is telling me that I cannot be effeminate and get the object of my desire, woman. So that's why I am straight at this point. I don't know how I would have turned out if I was getting into relationships with women who tolerated me being feminine. I don't know, I might have turned out to be bisexual. I might have turned out to be gay. But this is my story. What is your story? I don't know it all. I admit that this is just a version, a small portion of the truth of why I am straight. And there are biological as well as other social factors that comes into play when we ask the question of why there are straight people. Scientists, philosophers, everybody seems to be more interested in knowing why are there gay people, what are their purposes on this earth. But no one has asked the question of what makes a straight person, what goes into the making of a heterosexual person. Is it genetic factors? Is it the exposure to certain chemicals during gestational periods when you're a fetus? Because you know, there are animals out there that are hermaphrodites, which means that they have both qualities of being male and female. They don't need the opposite gender, the opposite sex to reproduce. And their existence are always interchangeable. They are always male and they are always female. What makes us humans straight? What makes some of us straight and what makes some of us gay? But I'm more interested in finding out why I am the way that I am. Science is not an exact science because we don't know for sure. We know and we can predict things based on the data available, the evidence available. Something that is right in science at this moment is because it has not been proven otherwise. So a lot of what we take for granted, a lot of the science that we now know today, physics, math, chemistry, biology, they are accepted at the moment because there are no theories to prove them otherwise. So what do you guys think? Why are there straight people? Let me know in the comment below. Why are you the way that you are? As always, stay moldy, my friends. Stay curious and stay strong. And God bless, and I'll see you next time. Peace.